Hello guys, and once again, welcome to Unmasked by Total Wisdom, where we unlearn, relearn, and become. Today's episode is so special because it deals with something that is so universal to all of us, that almost every one of us, we have experienced it, even though if we are no longer experiencing it again. And that is suffering. Suffering is what we are going to be talking about today. And today's episode's title is The End of Suffering. The End of Suffering. In this existence, you cannot add anything to it. And that is why when you were born, you didn't come with anything. When you die, you are not going to live with anything because it's impossible to take anything out of this existence. In other words, addition and subtraction is not possible as far as this existence is concerned. Star burns, rivers dry, planets consumed, things happen, but it's still within the existence. It's not like something out of it is coming to make a change, or something within it is going to escape. Philosophically, even if we don't want to base it entirely on, is this thing working? If we don't want to base it entirely on spirituality, philosophically, this is a closed system, according to the philosophers. It is a closed system. This existence is a closed system that nothing can enter it and nothing can leave it. What we call birth, giving birth to someone, what we call birth, is rearrangement of existing matter and energy. And what we call death is also rearrangement of matter and energy, but in reverse order. Let's think about it. With all these things we think we are creating, all this creation, think of one single thing that can be created without, if immediately is not going to destroy something else, with time that creation will destroy another thing. That is why all creations, they are transformation. All destruction, they are also transformation. This understanding, knowing this as a fact, not as a concept, internalizing this, and not just a belief, but internalizing it, becoming part of you, knowing it that this is absolute fact, we remove greed. We remove the fear of loss, because sincerely, loss and gain, they are just illusion of perspective. Honestly, everything you think you gain, everything you think you lose, well, how can you lose something? How can you gain something in this existence? How? It's not possible. It's impossible to gain anything. This is not to make you not to strive, not to do it, but strive, but don't be attached with the results, because it is in our nature. It is in our nature to strive. to want to survive. It is not maybe it's just one man thing. It is general. Which means striving, trying to get something, having desire, all these things, they are just part of the code of our existence. But your response to either the outcome of your desire or otherwise is what is in your power that you can decide. Your circumstances are beyond you. Your circumstances, you cannot change them. But your attitudinal reaction, your attitude towards those circumstances, they are entirely in your hand. How you react to them is the beginning of suffering. Because I'm sure many people might be wondering, how does this relate with suffering? When you know that in this existence you have, there is nothing to gain, there is nothing to lose. Yet then, you will be able to rise beyond suffering. Majority, or let me even say, all our experience of suffering are entirely based on our desires. Pain is real. Sensational pain is so fucking real. But suffering after pain is in your hand. It's your choice. Because you want something to happen now. Because you think there is a purpose for this existence. Because you think there is something you can become. What? Nothing. The existence is complete. This closed system is already complete. You are. Because you are already complete. And that is why there is one sage I respect so much. Maharaj. He's an Indian spiritual master. He's dead now. He said, everything happens. But there is a continuous cancelling out also. And at the end, it's as if nothing happened. Go and read I Am by Maharaj, Guru Maharaj. I Am. That is where he said that as we are doing something, at the same time, either we like it or not, either our homemaking or the nature's making, at the same time we are cancelling it out. This existence you have, things happen without no single causation. You cannot point to one single thing that caused something. There are multiple causes that are beyond you, that you cannot fathom, that you cannot get. It's impossible. No philosopher can get it. No spiritual leader can get it. But what you can get is that you are. You don't need anybody to tell you that you are, that you exist. It is one of profound reality that you are, that you exist. Now, existence without, this is what I've been taught, without mental intrusion, just be pure awareness, that is bliss. That is bliss. Looking at something, experiencing something, without bringing your memory interpretation to it, without bringing whatever you've known about that thing into your present knowing, your present experience. If you can do it, that you don't bring, let's say you see a flower now, For instance, you see a flower, you don't bring any of your memory, the name. Let's say rose, you don't bring the name, you are just looking at it. You don't even bring the name flower. But just for explanation's sake, that is the reason why I mention it now. No, just be looking at it as just a plant, as just a being. Looking at it deeply, no mental interpretation. Don't name it. If you can stay with it, just a plant like this, you will experience bliss. I'm telling you, I have experienced it. You are listening to me. As you are listening to me now, as you are watching me, listen without any mental interpretation. Just listen. That is the essence of existence. That is what we call that you are. You are complete already. But because of fear of lack, we suffer endlessly. Because of the fact that we think there is something there for us to achieve, we suffer endlessly. Because we see people with different circumstances experiencing different things. We want to experience what those people are experiencing with our own different circumstances. It's impossible. It's impossible. You are here as a witness. You are not here to fathom everything, to be able to understand everything, to keep on suffering, to understand everything. No. Whatever you see, whatever you know, whatever you experience, the reason behind all those experiences are totally above you. And another great sage, Ken Swan, he said, it's like a question. He said, what did you gain before you were born? And what will you lose when you are gone? What? There is nothing. Whatever you think you lose, whatever you think you will gain, is just illusion. And that is the foundation of suffering. Thinking you will lose something, thinking you will gain something, is avoiding you to be able to live in the present. Is avoiding you to be able to have peace of mind. If you can try, if you can break the pattern of always thinking, what can I do with this? What can I? Because that thing you are looking at, that future you are looking at, that once I achieve this, my problem is solved. Immediately you achieve it, then you are left with problem of safeguarding what you have achieved. The circle never ends. It is only when you tell yourself that, no, this is just dream. This is just dream. When you suffer because of something, it's like you suffering because of what happened to you in a dream. Nothing can happen to you as a person. As a person, something can happen to this body, but nothing can happen to you as a soul. Nothing can touch you. What will touch you? What? Form changes. Form will continue to change. Your body is accumulation of food from other forms. This form, your body will also dissolve to other forms. It's like that. The rearrangement will keep on happening. That is how it is. The rearrangement will keep on happening, either we like it or not. But try not to identify with any form. Don't be identified with it. Because no matter how much you try, identification to anything, identification to anything, with anything, breeds mystery. It is not identification that can only give you bliss. Standing aloof, creating separation between your body and your true self, knowing that this body is a form with which you interact with other matter. But you are what is beyond that body. Which means you are the creator of even this body, of this universe. That is why many spiritual people say you are God. Because without you, this universe cannot exist. Without this universe, you cannot exist. You are universe. Universe is you. You are in the universe. You are not outside of it. You are not foreign. You are not alien to the universe. Universe is not alien to you. Not having this understanding is what is making many people to see this life as hell. As like we are just here to suffer. No. You suffer because you are living in your mind. You suffer because you are not living in the present. You suffer because you think you ought to have achieved what you have not achieved. You suffer because you think you are supposed to be in a position rather than where you are. The causation, what caused you being born into a particular family is beyond what you can understand. What is giving you the circumstances around you is beyond the, as I'm talking to you now, earthquake can happen here and this body will perish. So, how is that? How should that not give me a problem? How should that give me an headache? No, it shouldn't. If not that, we have been conditioned to stress over what is beyond our control and to leave what is within our control unattended to. That is mind conditioning. This episode is not going to be a long episode because it's so direct, and also at the same time, it takes some understanding, it takes some realization of some other things for some to be able to grasp this very well. To some, it's going to sound as rubbish that what about all this thing we are creating? What is he saying? We cannot create all. We are making rockets. We are making aeroplanes. All, go and look at them. Go and look at the parts. All the parts that were brought together, none of it came outside this universe. Even the knowledge with which we used to build all these things, it is not peculiar to one person. That person that built it recycled many other knowledges from many other scholars, from many other people. What we call creation, like I said earlier on, is just recycling of what has been. This understanding has really helped me. It's really helped me on a daily basis to go beyond suffering. And I still experience pain. It's real. But suffering from pain, suffering from any event, suffering from whatever reason is now gone out of my life. And I hope that this episode, this understanding, and also you also exploring this on your own way, will also help you to go beyond suffering, to see through suffering and see that you are just doing it to yourself. No one is doing it to you. Thank you so much for listening.